Previously, we've shared how you can use the online submission tool and website URL in Canvas with Adobe Spark products. By using the URL, it's very easy for the students to be able to attach their work to a Canvas assignment and for the teacher to see that work in SpeedGrader. A different use here would call for a different way to use Adobe Spark. In this instance, we're looking at a Canvas discussion, and perhaps in this Canvas discussion, I want the students to be able to share their work so that everybody can see it and be able to comment on each other's. And if I were to use the URLs, and if I just paste that website URL here, each student is going to have to open up each of those to view the work. The teacher in SpeedGrader would have to click the URLs to be able to view the work. So in this instance, we're going to use the download button in Adobe Spark. And so this lesson was kind of designed, and what I'm going to show is how we put this together to hopefully scaffold this for users or for our learners, right? So I'm going to start by creating just a brand new discussion. And in this discussion, I'm going to painfully slowly type some directions in here for my students. So right here, I'm going to have them create a poster that demonstrates what an idiom is. So here in Austin, we're going to go to the portal first and log into Adobe Spark. The suggestion here is to have your students connect to their Adobe Spark account first. If I know they're logged in during this session, when they come down later and make a copy of my template, it will just go straight into Adobe Spark and everything's fine. Sometimes students get a little confused if they have to log into something else in the middle of an assignment. So a suggestion, have the students go ahead and log into their Adobe Creative Cloud Express account first, and then come back to the Canvas page. And in here, they're going to click the Make a Button copy. That's going to go down here at the bottom. The Make a Button is going to give them a template. So I'm going to go ahead and create that now. And so at this point in Canvas, I'm going to come down here and I am going to use the Canvas Apps menu where we have installed our LTIs. And we do have an LTI for Adobe Creative Cloud Express. It used to be called Adobe Spark, and now it's the new name Creative Cloud Express. By opening this LTI within Canvas still, it's going to go ahead and open up a connection to my Adobe Creative Cloud Express account. So you'll see here slowly, these are all of the different products that I've made. Okay, but I don't have the one that I want for right now. So I'm going to do something that I'm kind of getting into this newly, but I'm going to start Adobe Spark from within Canvas by clicking the plus sign, come over here and start from scratch. And at this point, this is what it's suggesting. And I don't want a portrait, I want a landscape version. So I'm going to go ahead and customize this. If I would have attached that, I pretty much would have been done. But because I want to customize this, I hit Customize. You'll see that the new tab is opening up for Adobe Spark. And in here, I'm going to have my new project, right? So at this point, what I'm trying to do is remove some of the creative distractions, the distractions that my kids might get hung up in. And I just want to give them some things that they can easily, quickly get into a project, give me the content, and then submit it to me. Well, I'm going to come over to this resize option. And at the very, very top up there, I'm going to click Enter Size on a custom size. For me, I have just found that I like a 600 by 400. It's 600 by 400 pixels. When I click Done, it's going to change that. I can even zoom back a little bit, and it looks kind of large, right? But if I go to my example that I was looking at earlier, this is a 600 by 400. It fits really nicely within a Canvas discussion. The landscape means that it's going to fit on my Chromebook screens with my students. So I dig it. Now, this is my habit, talk to students. After you start your project, always name it. Just go ahead and name it right now. And instead of calling this an idiom project or landforms project, I'm going to call this 600 by 400. It's my 600 by 400 template. When I come back later as a teacher, I don't know how big the idiom project is, but I do know the size and makeup of this particular project, which is going to be a template that I'm going to use again later. You'll see that it's already saved. So at this point, I may be good, or maybe I want to help my students out one more time and just call this particular one idioms. Boom. I'm going to move this at the top. That's all I want to give them. They're going to have all of these tools and all of the other stuff. But now, because it's saved, I'm just going to close this tab by Spark. I'm back into Canvas. I don't want this one. That's the one that it suggested. So I'm going to click the back button. I'm going to click the back button one more time. And it's going to show me all of my projects currently. And looky there. 600 by 400 template. That's the one I just made. If I click the little menu button and click attach, at this point, it's going to attach the thing that I just created to this assignment, okay? So I'm going to click attach. There is the template. The students will see the make a copy button. My directions are up here. The template is right there. I could stick it up higher on the page if I wanted, but that's where it is. So my directions then say the students are going to open that, make a copy. They're going to design it. And when they're done, they're just going to click the download. So this is the new thing. I generally don't use the download because teachers will say they're having to talk to their students about where they found the thing that they downloaded. And because settings could be different on the different devices, having one flat answer sometimes can be difficult. This may be something that's more in line for secondary students. So when they download it as a PNG, it's going to go onto their device. I'm going to choose a solid color. And now that it's going to be on their device somewhere, that is the file, okay? Now, that was my example. I'm going to come back into here. I'm still building my discussion assignment. They've designed it. They just downloaded it. And what they're going to do is they're going to come back to the blend page. The Canvas page. And on this Canvas page, they're going to go ahead and click the reply button. All right, what does that look like? Yeah, let's look at that real quick. So at the bottom of the discussion directions, there's the reply. And as soon as they click that reply button, they're going to come in and they're going to upload the image to their picture. That's using the Canvas Rich Content Editor, the little picture, and it says upload the image. They're going to click that, locate that downloaded picture, and then upload that into the post. Once it's in the post, they can type some words in there, but they're going to click Post Reply, and that will put it into their blend post. Their Canvas post. We call Canvas Blend. Okay, so now that it's in this post, they will see the rest of the students' work. They can reply to each other. How do I make them reply to each other? Below all of that, the Canvas options. I'm going to allow them to the threaded replies so they can reply and give critical feedback to each other. I do want them to post before seeing the replies. So I want them to be creative, put their stuff up there, and then see what the other people have done that have posted before them. I may want this to be graded. I may want to allow the liking so they can have that social media kind of feel to it. And at that point, they're going to have a discussion thread growing here. Okay, so this is one reason why I might like to use the Spark download button, because they can upload that into the discussions and immediately see each other's work. All right, hope this makes sense. Feel free to reach out to us with questions, and Austin teachers will be able to find this content in our Adobe Spark training course in Blend. You can enroll into that course using bit.ly/AISD Spark PD. Thank you.